We cover this in the training.
You're a funny guy. Okay, we're live.
Okay, total cost of July 25th, opening of the city council meeting, page 10.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Page Sherry is not here today. She had a conflict, so she called and has to be excused. First thing on our agenda is the July 11th, 2023 city council meeting minutes. Are there any additions, deletions, corrections? No.
No.
I entertain a motion to approve the July 11th city council minutes. No, approve the July 11th city council minutes. For a second.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Kurt's not here. John's not here, so I guess there's no fire report. We go on to new business. We have a conditional use permit for 380 Granite Street. This is for a temporary shelter / residence. So we,
It's, the shelter's already there.
the shelter's already there.
Already in the.
So to go forward with the conditional use, we have to schedule a hearing. It has to be posted for 10 days, and we also have to do mailings to the neighbors that are within 250 feet. So do we want to take a date and schedule this so we can get this moving for her? So Matt,
That's one million.
yeah. So that would be, over. Intended for August. So do you want to set a public hearing?
So if it posts tomorrow. The seventh.
Yeah. So are you guys available for a public hearing on the 7th?
Yeah, that'd be Monday.
Yep. Daryl?
Yeah.
That's for sure. You want to do it early or late afternoon?
Oh, really?
Well,
Late afternoon.
late afternoon, just because the public would have a better option to fill up.
Okay.
So it would be August 7th. 4. Okay.
You have the council meeting the next day.
You want to do the public hearing canceling? We can.
It's only one day.
Can you do that? So you want to do it before the meeting or after the meeting? Or during the meeting?
That would be 4,
Before the meeting.
Okay, so that would make it at 3. Okay,
3 or 3:30.
let's do 3:30. Okay, 3:30. So on August 8th at 3:30, we'll do a public hearing in regards to the conditional use for Owen Secret. at 380 East Granite. No, it's there now. Okay, the next item is the sinkhole at 380 Granite Street. Kim and Jeff went up and looked at this. And they're,
I think you're wrong on your
The
address.
address is wrong, because it's 55 Columbia.
190.
oh, Columbia, I'm sorry, I read it wrong on my thing. Okay, just got a PO box.
One from one hole.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, the guys are gonna go up and look at that, and if I'm right, they're gonna do a test hole, because
Yeah,
test hole.
it's got asphalt over it, so we'll cut the asphalt back so they can get it exposed
Mhm.
and see if there's a problem.
See what is causing the sinkhole.
Assess the situation.
Yeah, it's close to a septic line, so in the tank, so they'll cut a hole and then we will repair what we need and go forward with that. And you know, did they give you any time when they were gonna do that?
No, they're waiting to hear what we got to say.
Okay. So we'll get them scheduled on that too. And they have several other things they're doing right now. Kurt, did you have a report? Or did you have anything
I did
you want to say? Okay. The next thing you have in your file here is some employee training. There's in Baker City, they have, training for the water and system operators and installation inspection and routine troubleshooting for the emergency. Tim and Jeff have asked to go. It's in Baker City, so they won't have any overnight accommodations. So it'll be just traveling to Baker and paying the fee. We are a member, so we get the fee of $175. I'd like to see them both go, just because if one's gone, the other one knows how to deal with it.
And there's training in their budget, so.
Yeah, and we budgeted the training, so any questions on that?
No,
Do I have a motion to send Tim and Jeff to this training in Baker City?
I'll make a motion to send them to training Baker.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? And the next is training from the League of Cities. They're doing a training in Vail. It's $30 and it covers public contracting basics, using social media, home rules, handling difficult meetings. Matt has voiced an opinion that he would like to go. And he's just gonna go over that. So, questions? I entertain a motion to approve this, the master services training.
I make a motion to approve Mount City Recorder to go to the lock meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Is there two additions to new business here? Matt received the Department of Land Conservation and Development. They sent us the paperwork for a $2,000 grant. It's the 2023 to 2025 Grant Young Memorial Planning Assistance Grant. We used the money a year and a half ago for this grant, and it was only $1,000. They increased it to $2,000. We can use the grant for, utilizing our lawyer to help us with planning, preparing for meetings, anything to do with working on our planning and our ordinances. So, filled out the paperwork. Any questions? anybody would have, I would entertain a motion for us to go ahead and apply for this $2,000 to use for our ordinance update.
I make a motion to apply for the $2,000 grant for the planning.
A second,
I'll second that motion.
all in favor,
Aye.
all opposed? Did you say aye? And one other thing, Matt, a couple of weeks ago, got a call and food bank from Baker was looking to spend some money and they wanted to give us a portable food pantry. They call it a bear box. It's bear proof that you can leave outside and make it a pantry. And along with that, they're giving us a $250 gift card to obtain non-perishable food for it. So that is coming up here where I would like to have somebody, some volunteers in the community. We need to make a platform for it so it's not sitting on the ground. Put it somewhere on a platform and also put some kind of cover over top of it. Hopefully people will use this. We'll just see how it goes, but it was given to us, so I figured we didn't want to turn it down. So after the meeting or anytime in the next week or so, if you know anybody would like to help us get a platform done, please be Matt or myself.
Quite heavy too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 250 pounds.
Wasn't the, museum doing the food?
They have one inside, yeah. This one's gonna be outside.
Can we just put it from the museum?
Well, that's, we were thinking about this side of the museum.
Yeah.
And then putting it just so it's covered. That's what we were thinking down there. It's getting delivered here to City Hall up. And so we just need to get the platform ready and it's kind of a short notice on this whole thing, but like I said, they were gonna give it to us, so.
So do we have to decide what it is?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Okay, well, the thing is, though, are you gonna build a platform or do you want to just put it and bolt it down to concrete?
I don't know. I might make it too low because it doesn't sit real high. I know Matt sent the dimensions to me, but
I forget what they are.
I do too.
Do we access it? Do we access
It's
it?
about like this big.
Do we know if it opens up like this or does it open up from the top?
And it opens up.
Then you're not gonna want it very tall.
Opens up from the top.
That's what the man just said.
Yeah, it's, I think if I remember, it's like a mailbox.
Well, that would be like a
Yeah.
chest,
Yeah.
instead of opening this way like a refrigerator, it would open.
Doesn't
at the
hold
top.
very much
I-
food then, do you have to?
I can't remember exactly.
Okay.
Well, I guess what we need to find out is exactly what we're working with.
It's 200,
Yeah,
it's 203 pounds. It's 38 width, 43 inches high, and 29 in length.
Feet.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's
short
called,
box.
yeah, it's called a bear saver. I mean, we never had anybody use big food pantry very much, but maybe putting it in a different place and made it a little more accessible. That for the people that really do have food insecurity would actually use it a little bit. I mean, this is something we can try to help our community. So like I say, we need some help building the platform. And
Maybe something volunteers would like.
right, cut it down. Then we have dust abatement for Labor Day.
Any lanes here.
Okay. So we need to put one more code of dust abatement just for the, what we're required to. He's gonna give it to us for $1 a foot. And so we kind of figured out what it would cost to do a water truck. And they're about the same.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 with a water truck, if you can find one, because they're all real busy right now.
So this we can put down
And then this way, if we put,
earlier.
and if we put this down, we can put it in prior to, and it'll get us through the rest of the year. So actually, we would benefit more from this dollar per linear foot versus one for the weekend.
Are they gonna watch the weather? Make sure they don't put it down before it rains this time.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it's something we have to do. So, so I would entertain a motion to go forward with the, one coat dust abatement for prior to Labor Day, probably in the next couple of weeks. And we'll have to look at.
I'll make the motion that we put down the dust payment for $1 per linear foot for what the city is liable for.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Bill? Aye. All opposed? Wayne, you weren't here earlier, but on the conditional use.
Yeah.
We have to post it for 10 days around town and do a public hearing on it and send letters out to your neighbors.
Okay.
So we have set, we're gonna get going on that this week, and we set August 8th at 3:30 before a council meeting to revisit this and have the public meeting, yeah. Okay?
He'll be staying there temporarily, but I wanted to make sure I paid that, you know, just to cover anything that might.
But as so that you know, we do have it scheduled for the public hearing, August 8th, and the letters will go out this week.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
And on old business, we had a zoning permit for 855 Park Street for Higginbotham, and we made it contingent on Baker County approving it, and it did get approved. So, we can go ahead with that zoning permit. So, do I have a motion to go ahead, go forward with his zoning permit?
Oh, I make the motion to have Matt notify, Mr. Higginbotham, that his zoning permit with the city's fine.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Then there's an additional one here. We had asked at the last meeting that Charlie get a estimate on the servicing of the grader, which he did. This is for parts and
Parts, labor,
everything.
and it's separated out where you got parts and labor for the service, and then parts and labor for the repair.
Okay, so we came to $5,600 approximately, people in the 8,000. So, any discussions, any questions, Charlie? Do I have a motion to go forward with having our grader service?
Oh, I make the motion to go forward with having the grader.
Do you have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Thanks, Charlie.
So Paul and we'll schedule that for them to come up.
Okay, council comment, Daryl? Have anything?
No.
Marcia?
Oh, I do. Just kind of a reminder, we're starting on the zoning ordinance. We're, coordinating with Baker County, Baker planning pretty heavily now on properties. So anything you build, move, tear down, relocate, please come to the city to see what, zoning permits or process you need to do. Cause, like I said, we're coordinating pretty heavy with Baker County now. And we're finding, some remodels and some things that are getting done that have not been permitted through Baker. So it's going to save you a lot of heartache in the future if you just do checking and even check with Baker County before you do it.
I do have something.
Yes.
I just want to remind everybody it's purple knapweed season. Noticed around the city that there's several lots that are being actually inundated by purple knapweed. And the problem with that stuff is, once it is a noxious weed, and once it gets going and stuff, it poisons the ground where nothing else can grow there. So it is, something that we need to get on top of. I don't know when Baker County weed control is scheduled to come up this year. No, or if they are,
Right now, they've already been here
have they?
on Thursday for the free giveaway for the herbicide.
I did not know that.
Okay,
I've been, well, nobody's been contacted. I just seen the stuff down here, because they park here on Mill Street.
Okay.
But what he did that we authorized him to do a couple of years ago killed absolutely nothing. The chemical he didn't get. He gave me a list of chemicals that I ordered online. And you know, it's $100 a gallon, but it's concentrated, but it killed all my knapweed. And I don't know why he didn't use that on the city's knapweed that we authorized him to do.
Was it dry?
No, it's a liquid.
He gave me a thing of dry stuff. I'm about half afraid to use it. You gotta mix it, shake it up, and then it's so much per acre. That's the free stuff. It's dry.
Yeah, mine's liquid I ordered, man, it killed it. I mean, we just put it in the sprayer and killed all of our knapweed, and it's great. I
This
don't know
stuff
why
they
he
did
didn't.
away this year though, John, it's in liquid form. Is it?
Is he still coming up on Thursday?
You can't say, because like I said, we could probably call the weed control guy and touch bases with him, because normally he comes through here and he tells us that, that's what everybody up here knows.
So I'll call him and see if he has a schedule, we'll get it posted. And if we know he has a schedule, to post it online.
Sure.
And so I have his card at home, so I will call him.
Yeah, 'cause I know that lot next to Jennifer is covered with it.
Yeah.
So the state park,
Yeah.
oh my
So what are
word.
they gonna do about the lawns that aren't getting mowed?
Yeah.
Kurt still there?
No,
There you go.
I'm fire department. I just put them out after you didn't go on.
What are you gonna do
well,
with it?
Kurt, I thought you were for a while there, you guys were gonna maybe knock some of that tall grass down. We put put the letter out that, the fire department was available. Are you still gonna be available?
I would have to see how much crew I have for this fire season.
Okay.
And that.
Okay.
Our intent with the grant that we
Mhm.
received is to work on those.
Okay,
For this year, we're basically doing signage.
okay. Cause I mean, we got the Kubota that they could use too to knock that down. If they have
Yeah.
time. But I know Jeff was gonna try to knock it down the other day, but then he got called off on something else.
Yeah, we have a pretty good list of different lots around town and that. It's private property.
Right.
So you gotta, do I have the okay to enter private property?
And we've sent letters out to the property owners. So we'll see if we get any response, because letters have
Yeah,
gone
'cause I
out.
don't wanna.
So the prisoners are
The
not.
way things are now.
Yeah, they're coming.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah, okay, just a minute. As far as I know, the crew's gonna come back up when they do the sand filter. When are they gonna do that?
Probably next week.
Next week, and they were gonna weed eat a couple of, like, the one next to Jennifer and stuff. Cause it's the prison guys, and they were just weeding instead of mowing it. That way they wouldn't be hitting rocks and stuff, not know what's in there.
Right.
So we'll see if they get back next week. Yes, Rebecca?
Yeah, that was my question for Kurt. Do you have any idea when they'll not be able to mow or weed eat,
Mhm.
for fire conditions?
I do not have exact, I can't say it's a week out I'm guessing it'll be middle of August before mowing is completely shut down. The people that have called me to mow to see if it's okay, I basically just said, kind of go by what the chainsaws are doing, we're shut down because our humidity point is up for all, of course, more humidity in the morning. And I've only got a couple phone calls for that.
Yeah, okay, so I'll check with Jeff
Weed
too.
eater and lawnmower is more dangerous than a chainsaw at this point.
Yeah. Okay. And Charlie, do you have anything?
Nope.
One thing I have, Kurt, will you have time next week to get with Matt? to sit down with you in regards to doing
The work plan.
a work plan that has to be submitted back to them. So he needs to kind of sit down with you and get some time,
Yeah.
so would
Yeah,
you,
we can do that.
okay, pick a day or early morning or what, and do that one.
Okay, I'll get with you, Matt, like next Monday, and we'll pick a day for that.
Yeah, we only have to do it here.
Yeah,
This is for the fire grant, they have to submit a work project, and it's a 3-year out plan. So, okay,
I'm hoping to get some, you know, Chris Paul, he's the fire marshal for this part of the state, District 5, and he's setting me up pretty soon with some pretty good prices on signage. That'll
okay,
be done basically at Snake River Correctional Institute,
sure,
hopefully. And that's our plan, you know, our work schedule for this year is to get some of that signage done. Quite a bit involved with that. I'll have to get, you know, every corner, I'll have to know what that street is because some of them are
questionable, right?
questionable. And then with that, you know, it's a lot of work for the locate crew. Because every hole has to have a locate.
Yeah, so, okay, so you two will get together and we'll get that hammered out. Okay, public comment.
Like come up there?
No, just say your name.
Okay.
The camera's got you.
John Patterson. Last year about this time, John Young, Kim Ballard, and Leanne Wolf basically accused me of trying to ruin the flea market, with the Facebook post.
Okay,
And, it was not even close to the case. And, so this spring, I connected with Linda and I connected with Matt and I advertised the Memorial Day one along with the rally. And it was a success, I think. And so then comes along the July one and I advertised that one too. Ron Chaplin can verify that because he liked them, liked the post. But, since then, I think somebody's been stirring the shit again, and I think we all know who this is, but I'm gonna read this letter that this lady wrote me. Who's not on my property. I've never met her, don't have anything to do with her,
okay,
but she sent me a letter because I was advertising it on Facebook Classified. Hello, my name is Sheila Single. My family and I. My family and I have always set up for Sumter Market Days at the Gold Post in the parking lot there of the store. We have been doing this for 4 years and have never experienced filthy, disgusting porta potties as we did the 4th of July. We witnessed one of the volunteers take a stick and stir the handicap porta potty and then come out with the stick and set it in the garbage can next to the porta potty and left it there the entire weekend. It stunk. It was disgusting, and not one time were the porta potties ever cleaned for the entire event. Also, the park is not open. We have in the past used the park bathrooms as well. They have been closed every event for the last 2 years. I don't understand what is going on with Sumter. I was under the assumption that these 3 holidays brought in massive amounts of money for all the merchants, all the people in the community. But after this experience, I'm wondering why we pay all this money to the city and the merchants. We don't have clean restrooms for the vendors or visitors. If there is an event, there should be a clean bathroom facilities. If there's an event, there should be clean bathroom facilities. Thank you for your time and consideration in this matter. I hope in the future that this will not be a problem and the customers visiting your community can have a clean bathroom to use. Sincerely, Sheila Single, Mountain Air Inspired.
I think Matt, did you get a copy of that or something?
Yeah,
like
it came in on our website.
Okay,
And I forwarded it.
yeah, it was forwarded to the volunteers, because at 4th of July, they're the ones that did all the porta potties. And they're the ones that have chose not to pay to have them cleaned. So we have sent that to them. I haven't had a chance. to
It's damaging to the city,
Well, I know,
to our town.
I told him they need to be cleaned at least once during that time.
But
frame.
What about the public restrooms? Why are they locked up? I didn't know they were, but I'm just wondering,
The
why
ones
are
that
they
are
locked
locked
up?
up because people keep vandalizing. And we need to figure out how we're gonna stop that,
Mhm.
you know, to where the backflow and.
Don Aldrin and Katie Shernick came to my park and accused the Central Valley ATV Association of vandalizing the toilets.
Yeah, well,
And that's why they were closed.
No, this is,
So I'm glad that you say
this
that
is
they're being
before.
vandalized other times.
Yeah, this is before.
There's been other issues with
Yeah.
it too, John. And I kind of talked to Linda last week about this, or this week, about this. I think it happens a lot at night. And I think that the guys, when they go down there to do their water, because they, like in the summer months, they're there at 7. So they can unlock the bathrooms and then lock them up at night when they go home. This is one way to do it, but like I said, it's been very, very bad. Daryl did.
What did they do? We looked at them the other night, the door was wide open the other night, evening, we looked in there, looked fine to me.
Yeah, and this is something that we haven't conveyed to the guys yet, but I know that they opened them up. And things, sometimes they go good, but like I was gonna say, Daryl's had people vandalize his place as well, you know, and mistreat the toilets. I mean, that's just bottom line, that's what it is. I think a lot of it does happen in the evening. I don't believe anybody that I have heard has pointed any fingers to anybody, so I haven't heard. I'm not saying it's not out there, but I'm sure it is.
I don't think it's our grouping, because I mean, the average age group is 45 to
This
65.
has happened before, I mean, this
Yeah.
has happened.
But like I said, it's one thing to make a mess in the bathroom. It's another thing to do it on purpose, and it's another thing to rip things and paper holders.
Oh, yeah.
toilet paper,
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that off the wall. I mean, this is just total wrong. I want to see us put some cameras up,
Yeah, sorry.
you know, just.
On the outside. On the outside.
Yeah, because yes, we can't do it on the inside. I don't know why not. I mean, people in the world are doing this on the outside anyway, and they're having broad daylight, so I don't understand what the problem is. But anyways, by
So
the law, I guess.
I guess what
Well, we're gonna-
it's really hard to promote this thing if this is gonna be the case on the 4th of July one. I will start again on that, so people don't think I'm trying to ruin it, but I will start again on the Labor Day one.
No,
So
I was
See,
gonna-
you're voting.
And then on top of that too, John, just to reiterate some of this, Memorial Weekend, cities involved. 4th of July.
I know.
4th of July volunteers. Well, I'm just saying this so everybody else understands too.
Yeah.
And then when Labor Day gets here, once again, the city is involved.
But the customers and the merchants don't, I mean, not the merchants, the vendors know that, but the customers have no idea.
And I'm gonna talk to John
and
about.
something's
the
in
porta
yes,
potties
okay.
before
Thank you.
July.
And
He
then,
needs to clean it, he needs to have
Yeah.
it cleaned, I mean.
I have no idea why you think it's true. Screw the shit, that's-
But anyway.
well, we
so
got a
we'll
pile
clean
of
it.
stuff, we flying around.
Okay, enough. Okay, no. Any more public? Any more public, yes,
Well, maybe not a public comment, but I'm glad I came
your
in.
name,
My name is Jim Britton.
okay.
We're the next to the last place on Cracker Street next to Tony Olmsted, past Drake Place. Anyway, we've been up here for probably 10 years in our cabin, and nothing has ever went wrong up here, and we're really appreciative of the community here, and I don't know that I know any of you folks here, because we're only up here like a half dozen times a year for
Mhm.
a couple days at a time or whatever, but, because we're out of Ontario. But when I got up here this time, went into the garage and apparently the fail-safe breaker that's a plug-in, you know what I'm talking
Mhm.
about? Or it gave up, I guess, and I had a little freezer that gave out. And so I've got about 75 pounds of meat, and some other stuff was in that, it's really stinky, you probably smell me coming in, I'm sorry, but it did. My question was, is there a place I could pay to dump that? You know, we take our other trash home to every year,
The Baker County Sanitary Landfill.
Yeah, the Baker County landfill would probably be the only place to go with it.
You can purchase a yellow bag at Baker Sanitary at their offices. And it fits 2 large garbage bags.
Yeah.
So they'll give you a tag with a zip tie, you close it, and you throw it in their dumpster right across the street.
Now, where's that at?
Baker Sanitary, it's off 10th Street.
Oh, Yeah, you're gonna throw away your freezer? No, the freezer's
Just your
fine.
Just the contents.
Just the
Yeah, the
content.
freezer's fine, it's just the little fail-safe deal that pops, I guess, and so I'm gonna put a regular plug in, so it never happens again, but.
Just for the content, yeah.
So anyway, I've got, just a box that would be about, this size, half of this. and then-
I can get you the information after the meeting.
Pardon me?
I can get you the information after the meeting.
And then he'll take it, you can take it down to them, Matt will get it for you, information.
That'd be a bigger,
Yeah, that'd be a big.
Yeah.
all right, well, maybe I'll figure out a way to bag it up, more securely, so we don't get stunk out going hungry. We'll figure out something, so.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
thanks, guys, I'm
No
sorry.
problem, no problem.
Nice to meet you guys, I don't really don't. any of you.
Come back again.
Thank you for that.
Okay. Any other public comment?
I'll just amplify. I know the vendors that park at the Gold Coast. I let them plug in my garage.
No.
It's something I've extended to be able to do. I know Mom. She had no malice. She wasn't. If she wrote that letter, she felt there was honest reasons. So,
Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, they should be cleaning those. I mean, we're not saying they shouldn't be.
no, I
It's
just like.
the volunteers that need to address this and correct it if they're gonna do Fourth of July again.
I just letting you know that this just wasn't some
Oh, no.
arbitrary.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and I can say from having an RV park, like, Charlie was saying and stuff, we've had issues over the last several years of people sneaking in the middle of the night and, theft of services, I believe is what it's called. But, taking showers and stuff like that. So this year I had to put, push button locks on the bathroom doors because of that. So, yeah, it is an issue.
It's a sign of time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll address that with the volunteers. Anything else?
Any complaints on so the fire department did the garbage during the 4th of July. I didn't hear any, I mean, we tried to keep up on it pretty good. Didn't hear any complaints on that.
I didn't hear anything. No?
I didn't see any sticks singing.
You missed that one, huh?
It that could have been.
Okay, then do I have Jennifer?
Yeah, I'm just curious about an update about the new water system, any
Okay. Oh, yeah, they're supposed to be here this week. We're still waiting. We have our first, progress meeting is Thursday. The all I know is they're scheduled to start bringing materials in this week. And, they did hire some subs, so they're having to get, paperwork done on those. I think that's holding them up.
Has the water tower the old one been removed yet, or?
No, they haven't come up to do
They
that.
haven't done any construction work at all.
They haven't broke ground yet.
Well, because the only reason I asked is I read an article yesterday that Congress is now earmarking a lot of these water bills, loans, or whatever you call it, that were given to cities nationwide. And what that means is they're taking back the money. So I'm curious if Matt has said anything about earmark.
Business Oregon is not taking the money back.
Okay.
Actually, we're getting earmarked maybe for more,
Okay, all right.
but hopefully they'll be here this week. Okay,
I make a motion we do.
adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it's 4:38. Thank you, everybody. Taking your time.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll take that stand.
Back into Ontario. Phones are free. For real. Really? Yeah.
$7 a bag. We've been doing it for years.
You wouldn't think it, but I'm often, because my daughter lives in Ontario, I often,
Oh.
because when I went to down here, it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, these bags, they're about that big. It's a real heavy bill bag. And you can put 2 full trash bags in it and just cinch it down.
Anyway, I didn't know that.
I have to remember that next time we're going.
Yeah, of course. Put it out in wood.
Put it up.
It smells really good.
There you go. Oh, my gosh.
Just let me know where you're doing.
Yeah.
Cause I bought my birthday.
Oh, you did? Well, no.
She's open.
Oh, what's that? $10.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You see, I buy my Cooper Tech anyway. They're open.
Yeah.
Basically. Until a couple of.
Yeah.